Looks like this needs some tweaking. The community hype was real, huh? Even now the internet is still flooded with DJI Neo content. This little drone was supposed to conquer a new market. Hey guys, welcome back to our drone channel. I've taken a good look at the DJI Neo and I'm going to show you exactly what you're getting into. So check this out. First off, I want to run through a new facts about the new DJI Neo. Just the cold, hard facts. My personal opinion will come a little later in the video. I've already gotten a first look at this tiny drone and ran a few pretty intense flight tests. On the website, DJI promotes easy hand launches and landings, AI subject tracking, multiple control options, voice control, uncompromising image quality and, of course, easy content creation. What's a drone's aiming for? Flexibility, simplicity and naturally social media. But before we dive into all of that, let's start with what's inside the box. So I went ahead and got the Fly More combo along with the extra portable chargers. Together it costs me just shy of €400. Unfortunately, the portable charger isn't included in the standard package, but it's still a useful accessory since you can charge both the drone and extra battery or the drone and the controller at the same time. As expected from DJI, the Neo box feels pretty premium. Once opened, the first thing we see is an extra cable for iPhones. There's also the now meme famous screwdriver that's barely usable and a USB-C to USB-C cable. Next up, we've got the charging hub for up to 3 Neo batteries. 2 are already in the hub and the third one is installed in the drone. Like everything with the Neo, the charging station is super compact. We've got 3 slots with 4 status LED each, so you can check how much juice is left in the batteries. These tiny batteries weigh about 40 grams and are 1435 mAh, giving you a max flight time of about 15 minutes. We've already charged up our batteries before the video, but when you unbox yours, you'll need to plug them in first. Next up, we've got the RC N3 remote. The RC NX models are the most basic controllers in DJI's lineup. They don't have a display, so you need to attach your phone. They're solid, simple to use, and the stick screw in from the bottom. The charging port, which is USB-C, is also located at the bottom. While at the top you've got a wheel for adjusting the camera's tilt, plus a button for taking photos and videos. The antenna is built into the extendable clamp that also holds your phone in place. For your information, there's a toggle for switching between Cine, Normal and Sports mode, and the H button sends your drone back to its starting point. Before we get to the DJI Neo itself, we've got 2 replacement propeller blades in case something goes wrong. Like with other DJI models, the propeller rotates diagonally in opposite directions, so we've got 2 different types of blades here. There's also some reading material, well, a quick start guide. And finally, the star of the show, the palm-sized DJI Neo. As you can see, it's got propeller guards on the sides, above and below the props. The cam is protected by a cap, and on the bottom we've got 2 sensors that help the Neo scan the ground. The third battery is already attached. If we remove the camera cover, we can see the 2-axis gimbal, which helps stabilize smooth shots. The design reminds me a lot of the DJI Avatar 2. At the back of the drone, we've got a USB-C port for accessing the internal storage and for charging the drone. The battery is easily removed by pressing on the bottom and sliding it out. On the top of a DJI Neo, we've got the power switch at the back. A short press followed by a long one powers the drone and it's ready to fly in just a few seconds. At the front there's a mode switch for selecting different flight modes, and after that you can launch the drone immediately. And finally, let's weight it. With the battery, but without the camera cover for sure, the DJI Neo comes in at just 135 grams. Without the battery, it's about 90 grams, and the battery itself, it's roughly 45 grams, as you can see. Pretty lightweight. Alright, that's the unboxing. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the DJI Neo. Well, before you can use it, you'll need to download the latest version of the DJI Fly app on your phone. If you already have the DJI Fly app for another DJI drone, all you need is to do the latest firmware update. Depending on the DJI accessories you have, like the RCN3 or the Goggles 3, you should also update their firmware. One thing to note is that the drone doesn't work on its own. You have to register it through your phone, so no phone means no flight. But I guess that's not an issue for the most of you. So let's check out the camera settings. In video mode, you're looking at a default resolution of 4K at 30 frames per second. That's fine, but nothing mind-blowing. What's weird is that you only get optimized settings if you drop the resolution to 1080. That's the only way to boost the frame rate to 50 or even 60 frames per second, which allows for smoother slow motion shots. You can choose between H.264 and H.265 encoding formats. Well, and that's pretty much everything for the video settings. As for the photo settings, it's just as basic. You can choose between 4:3 or 69 aspect ratios, and the photos are in JPEG format with a 12 megapixel resolution. Not a lot of options, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. The biggest letdown is probably the lack of vertical shooting. Even the over a year old Hover X1 can do vertical shots, albeit via software. And considering that DJI is marketing the Neo for content creators, that's a pretty big miss. Let's hope DJI adds that feature in a future firmware update. Like the Hover X1, the DJI Neo has internal storage only. There is no option to expand it with a micro SD card. Personally, I like this design of pocket drones, especially since 22 GB of storage is plenty for most of users. How to handle DJI Neo? There are 4 ways to control the drone. Autonomous flying. With autonomous flying, you simply start the drone, select the flight mode and let it do its thing. There are 6 preset quick shots, most of which DJI veterans will already know from other drones. The following options are available. Follow mode. The drone follows the subject from behind and flies along its path. Drone knee. In this mode, the Neo faces the subject and flies backward while also ascending. Circle. The Neo simply circles the subject. Rocket mode. The drone flies straight up and films straight down. Rotations are also possible. Spotlight. The drone hovers in place and keeps the subject in focus. And custom mode. This mode is divided into 3 sub-modes. Helix, where the Neo circles the subject and spirals upward. Boomerang, where the Neo circles close and farther away. And direction track, where the Neo follows the subject and films from the front. Each mode has additional settings such as adjusting distance or movement. For example, in rocket mode, the ascent height can be set between 4 and 10 meters. In follow mode, the tracking distance or flight height can be adjusted. But be careful, the detailed settings as well as the custom sub-mode can only be changed in the app. All in all, the modes work flawless. Well, if you enjoyed the video so far, help our channel to grow and subscribe. So the next option is the voice control. Okay, if you have your phone with the DJI Fly app nearby, you can start the Neo via voice command. You need to activate this in the settings first. Once activated, you can wake up the drone with a wake word. The default one is "Hey, fly." You can then issue further commands, but they must be in English. Well, for now. Typical commands include the name of the respective mode, like circle or drone knee. But more complex commands such as 4 meters drone or 6 meters rocket work as well. Safety commands like stop or brake are also available. However, I wouldn't consider this feature very useful right now. First, your phone really needs to be close, preferably in your hand, and your pronunciation needs to be accurate, or the commands won't be understood. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Let me know in the comments what you think about voice control. Control via remote. Besides autonomous flights, the DJI Neo can also be flown manually. For this, we use the included RC-N3 remote. Attach your phone and connect it to the RC via cable. Once set up, the DJI FlyUp will automatically start. Now we can fly the drone as we are used to with other DJI drones. That said, the DJI Neo is not well suited for this. Its lightweight makes it vulnerable to wind and gusts, and its 2-axis gimbal can't compensate for many movements, resulting in very shaky footage. This feature is more of a novelty. Without collision sensors, avoiding obstacles is entirely manual. Although the Neo is well protected by the propeller guards, achieving smooth panoramic shots is nearly impossible. And last but not least, controls via goggles. Depending on whether you have the motion control or just a regular remote along with the goggles, flying FPV with the DJI Neo is definitely a blast. Basically, it works the same as flying with the RC-N3. The video footage isn't going to blow you away though. What's also super annoying is that the DJI Neo doesn't tilt in the same way as a normal FPV drone does. Still, using the goggles is a huge plus. The Neo is ridiculous small, and with a bit of practice you can fly it through super tight gaps. Videographers are going to have a lot of fun with this, since you can pull off shots that would normally take a lot of more effort. Flying through fences, ladders or similar tight spots is no problem for the new DJI Neo. Alright, here comes my personal conclusion. Well, all in all, as you can see, the DJI Neo has a ton of features and possibilities. DJI even helps you out with editing your shots, offering lots of music tracks and effects. But we'll check that on another video. For around 200 bucks in the basic package, you're getting a solid drone with a lot of features from a well-known brand. With DJI, you know you're getting a quality product. That being said, the DJI Neo is more of a toy than a serious drone. While DJI has included standard flight control features, the drone's size, tech and somewhat average camera only gives you a so-so image quality. For quick shot modes and fun little sequences, the DJI Neo is perfect, which is exactly what it's made for. It's a pocket drone. You pull it out, grab an automatic shot and put it away. It's a bummer, though, that DJI decided to go with fixed propeller blades. It takes up more space in your pocket than it should. Hover Air did a much better job with their foldable blades. One major downside is that the Neo can't do vertical shots right now, which is a big deal for content creators on social media. Maybe DJI will add that feature later. If you're looking for a little companion that doesn't break the bank, the DJI Neo is probably just what you need. Alright folks, that's it for today. I hope I give you a little insight into this new DJI drone. If you liked the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel. We'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, life's too short to stress out. So see you soon. Thanks for watching and peace out.